Hello and welcome to Music for the Masses. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I'm doing pretty good. Got a little bit of a cold going on, if you could tell, hear it in my voice. But other than that, I'm doing great, man. Business has been really good on the real estate and lending side. Been doing a little bit of traveling. So life is good, and I hope your life is going great as well. Today we're going to talk about recent statistics that came out that are talking about vinyl dropping 33% in sales. So before we get into that though, what are you guys listening to? I always like to hear that. Me? I've been listening to this right back here. Triumph Stages. Love these guys. Allied Forces was probably the first album I listened to of them. But just a great band. I got to see them back in like 1983. But just a great Canadian trio. One of my favorite bands, to be honest, especially from my youth. I've also been listening to, well, Bruce Springsteen, Greatest Hits. Love Bruce Springsteen. And then also this band. They're a new band. They're not very big. I believe they're out of Florida. They're called Gunshine. And I came across them on social media. I liked what I heard. So, I dove into them a little bit more. And I actually have them on my Apple subscription. And I also have this CD. So, just a great up-and-coming band. And I hope these guys get some traction because they're a pretty good rock band. And we aren't getting enough new rock acts out there. So, I hope people support them. Maybe I'll drop them in the link and you can check them out. They're on YouTube. Gunshine, great band, up and coming band, so potentially great. How about that? So as far as the record sales go, I'm sure there's a handful of videos out there that are already talking about this, people just jumping on it because it's content, right? But anybody who's been following this channel knows that I've been telling you that this thing is coming for a long time, at least for the last 18 months, because vinyl prices have just gotten ridiculous. And you got a lot of channels on YouTube, and a lot of these guys have record stores. They probably sell online, and they're just talking about how great vinyl is. But men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And I see it. I saw it all around me. Friends, people that I know that were collectors, just weren't willing to start popping $40 for an album. With the food prices, the gas prices, people getting their rent raised $200-300 a pop. You're not going to be spending money on vinyl. It's just, it just does not make sense. If you have that kind of money to spend, you're going to spend it on something else, probably something more entertaining. But also, one of the big things that has killed vinyl, it's just the natural progression, just like a human life, right? It runs its course, and it's a fad, okay? It always has been. You know what? I will never get rid of my collection. But for most people that were driving these crazy sales, it was a fad for them. You got teenagers that were buying these records, not listening to them. They're basically souvenirs. It was something that was cool, that was trendy, and now it's not. When I was younger, everybody was listening to vinyl, right? Or cassettes. And then the CD came and wiped those two out like that. They were gone. And then, of course, the digital age came and pretty much put a big halt to the sales of CDs and vinyl. And then vinyl resurged, as a trend. So it's just not surprising to me. If you look through all of my videos, I've been telling you guys this, like I said, for the last 18 months. And now we are starting to see it. And I believe you ain't seen nothing yet. Because as sales trends go, or, especially on trendy things, it's not going to drop 33% and then come back. It's just not. It's just on its way out. And so if you have records that you want to get rid of, I would strongly suggest posting them on eBay or online. Don't take them to a record store because you're going to get raped on the prices. They're just going to, there's so much of that stuff out there. A lot of the reprints and things that Walmart and Target, these places that were selling, I think even Kohl's sells records. All that stuff is going to flood those places, and they're not going to give you anything for it. And let's be honest, they're probably selling their things for cheaper. So there's a little tip for you. When you go into the record stores, like I would never, well, I have bought things in record stores. I'm not saying not to support record stores, but if I walked into a record store and I saw a couple albums that I liked, I'd ask for a discount. And I bet you they'd take it. I wouldn't be ridiculous about it. I'd be respectful. But I bet you if you had, 2 albums for $15 and you said, hey, would you take, $25 for the 2 or $20 for the 2? I don't think it's being, I don't think it's being too ridiculous. I don't think it's too big of an ask. I was in Walmart today and I saw I believe it was $19 for a brand new copy of Michael Jackson's Thriller. And I think Mariah Carey's Christmas album was like $23. And so like, I don't ever remember seeing those. I mean, I always check them at Walmart, but I don't ever remember seeing the albums for $20. And I believe it's just because that there's a lack of interest. I bet you if I could go in there and see the department sales for vinyl at Walmart, I guarantee you the prices are, the sales are down. And I'm not bashing vinyl. I never have been. Obviously, I got a ton of it. But it's just, you know what? Like I said, it was a trend. And it's so much easier just to stream. I hate to say it, but it is. I like it. It's something that I'm into. I have my CDs, I have my vinyl, I have my reel-to-reel. But the reality is I have a huge playlist on my Apple subscription. And it's just so much easier just to, I want to say click, but it's not clicking. You touch a few different, icons, and you have an album that you can listen to. And it's all part of your $110 annual subscription, right? If you are out and about and you hear a song, you're like, oh, that's a cool song. You add it to your Apple playlist, right? And then the other thing is if you hear a song that you like and you don't know who it is, you just go on Shazam and you just, it's an app that basically hears the music, hears the song and searches its database and says, hey, here's the song, this is the name, this is the artist. And then you can just put it on your playlist. So it's just become a better way of listening to music. Now, if you're one of those guys that's a big connoisseur of sound or whatever, yeah, vinyl sounds great, man. I don't think anything really sounds better than vinyl or CDs. But it's not enough to sit there and say, hey, I'm going to go out and spend big on vinyl. Or anyhow, I'm rambling on, but that's where we're at, guys. And it's ran its course. And I guarantee you that we ain't seen nothing yet. To quote Bachman Turner Overdrive, but baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. And I think the prices are just going to go in the toilet, man. And it's just going to be a fad. These kids these people that had, sections in their house for vinyl are just going to get rid of it. And so you can quote me on that. I seen it before. I seen it when people got out of vinyl to go into CDs. That's how we are as a society. You love something to death and you cannot, get enough of it. And then when you're done with it, man, it's like, get that crap away from me. And so I'm not calling vinyl crap, but the kids that just collected it and jumped on the fad, they're done. And not even kids, even the grown-ups that did, they're on to something else, especially now that money's tight. And so, there we have it, guys. Tell me what you think. But that's the way I feel about it. I knew it was coming. I told you guys this a long time ago. And so let me know what you think. But let me see my notes here if I'm missing anything. Yeah, like I said, it's not sustainable. It was just a trend. It's cheaper to stream. And it's gonna get worse. So anybody that tells you anything different is basically probably has some kind of stake in vinyl, maybe a store. Maybe they don't want to see the value of their collection go down. Trust me, I'm in real estate. I'm a real estate broker. People ask me how business is. I'm like, business is great. And it's just the answer. Like, you don't want to sit there and say, oh, nobody's buying a house. Man, like, it's not even a good time to buy a house. I'd go out of business. I mean, I don't try to sell people things they can't afford. But, you know, when it comes down to like the, you know, like no one at a record store or that has a business is going to tell you, yeah, oh yeah, wait, don't buy vinyl now. It's going to be much cheaper, you know, probably in 2025. I bet you it's down 50%. So tell me what you guys think. Probably sounds like I'm bashing vinyl, but I'm not. I'm just telling you what I said was going to happen is coming to pass, and it's going to get worse. Mark my words. So take it for what it's worth. If you like the channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. How do I always leave you? Take care. God bless you.